Good morning, students. This lecture is about giardiasis. Giardiasis is a diarrheal disease. It is also known as beaver's fever. It is a parasitic diarrheal disease caused due to a flagellated protozoan, Giardia lamblia, also known as Giardia intestinalis or Giardia duodenalis, because it is present in the duodenum. First of all, Giardia was observed by Leeuwenhoek in his own diarrheal stool. Giardia is not present only in the intestine of the human beings but also in the domestic and the wild animals. So it is also a zoonotic disease transmitted because of the beavers, the animals present in the artificial dam, hence also called beaver's fever. Although there is asymptomatic infection in number of individuals, but worldwide about 280 million people annually are affected with symptomatic giardiasis. In the morphology, this protozoan exists in the two forms, the cyst and the trophozoite form. The trophozoite form is an active form, vegetative form. You can see it is like the spectacled, smiley form with a crooked smile. It measures 10 to 20 micrometer in the length, 8 to 15 micrometer in the width. The body is pear-shaped, also resembles that of a tennis racket. It is bilaterally symmetrical, resembles that of a face. The organism is highly motile by the means of the 4 pairs of flagella present at different locations in the pathogen. It also has 1 pair of exonemes. It has got 1 pair of nuclei having a central karyosome. There is also an adhesive suckling bilobed disc because of which it attaches to the intestine. In the cyst form, there is the infective form. It is an oval in shape having 8 to 12 micrometer in the length, 7 to 10 micrometer in the width. There is a thick cyst wall having the exostyle. Then there are 4 nuclei, which is also called the quadrinucleate cyst. The flagella are not seen because they are the remnants present inside the disc, and the sucking disc may also be seen in the cytoplasm. The life cycle of Giardia. The organism is acquired orally by the ingestion of the cyst. An active case of the giardiasis transmits the cyst in the stools, which come either in the soil or in the water, from where the cysts they are picked by the healthy person. The excitation occurs in the stomach and the duodenum in the presence of the gastric acid enzymes, where the pH is low, 1.3 to 2.7. From each cyst, 2 trophozoites they are produced in duodenum within 30 minutes of the ingestion of the cyst. The trophozoite multiplies actively in the intestine by binary fission. They adhere to the enterocytes by the means of the sucker, and because of which then they pass to the large intestine, where they again form the cyst, because here the pH is neutral and there are the bile salts. The nuclear division occur in the cyst, and the quadrinucleate mature cyst is produced, which is excreted out in the feces. These cysts they are picked by the healthy person from the soil, from the water, or from the vegetables, etc., which are contaminated with the cyst of the giardia. The excitation is occurring in the duodenum. So here trophozoites they are formed. Trophozoites they actively attaches with the small intestine by the means of the disc, and they also multiply by binary fission. Then they move to the large intestine where they again form the cyst. The cyst they come out from the stools, and this cyst they contaminate the water, food, and there can also be the oral fecal contamination with the infective cyst. The symptoms of the giardiasis are the weakness in the body. The person loses weight without any reason. There is loss of appetite. There is diarrhea. The stools are loose and watery. They are having also a greasy appearance because of the presence of fats, as the person having the giardiasis cannot absorb the fats properly. There are cramps in the stomach. The projectile vomiting is there. The person has a bloating, flatulence, and there excessive gas formation. Above all, there are some cases who are themselves asymptomatic. They don't suffer from any illness, but they continue to shed the cyst in the feces, which can lead to the transmission to the healthy persons. In the case of a patient, there can be laboratory diagnosis of giardiasis condition. For that, the specimen is stool, the biopsy tissue, or it can be the aspirate taken from the duodenum. Macroscopic means looking at the appearance of the stool. There is smelly stool. The stool is also having a greasy appearance. In the case of microscopy, when examined with a microscope, both the trophozoites and the cyst form, they can be examined. We can see this is the trophozoite form in a wet mount. It can be seen even without any staining. The cyst form can also be seen. For this purpose, we have to use the iodine, because cysts, they are usually transparent. The trichrome or Giemsa stain, they can also be used. In the case of the active cases, the trophozoites and the cyst, they are shed in 50 to 70% of the cases in one stool, but sometimes there is intermittent shedding, so 3 consecutive stool samples, they have to be examined. If 3 samples are examined, then there are 90% chances of the detection of the trophozoite and the cyst form. This is a very characteristic motility in the case of the Giardia trophozoites. They show the falling leaf motility. This can help in the identification of the trophozoites of Giardia. There is one more test, the nylon or enterostring test. This test is also performed for other enteric diseases. In this case, for the giardiasis and for other diseases also, there is one thread of nylon. At the one end, there is a gelatin capsule. The patient has to swallow this capsule. This capsule goes to the duodenum, and this thread also goes to duodenum. This capsule swells and then it dissolves, and this thread is attached to the face on the cheek area with the help of a tape. This thread remains in the duodenum area for approximately 4 to 5 hours, and then this thread is pulled out. It is shaked in the saline solution and then centrifuged, and from using that sediment, the slide is prepared. Here the chances of detection of the trophozoite, they are quite high. For the diagnosis purpose, the ELISA methods, the enzyme immunoassay method, and the fluorescent antibody technique method can also be used, which are based upon the detection of the Giardia antigen, the number 65 in the stool sample. For treatment, usually the infection resolves on its own. Medication is not required, but if there is chronic infection, then nitronidazole, metronidazole, tinidazole, saxenidazole or onidazole, these medicines, they can be given to the patient. For prevention and control, as it is transmitted by the consumption of the water which is contaminated with the cyst, these cysts can either come from the asymptomatic carrier, from the patient, or it can also come from the animals. So we should not drink the water which is contaminated. So untreated water from the lakes, rivers, shallows, wells should not be drank. Water should be chlorinated by using the chlorine treatment, or it should be filtered, or it should be boiled prior to drinking. For the food transmission, to avoid the food transmission, we should eat only the vegetables and the fruits which are thoroughly washed. The good hygiene should be monitored because there can also be the hand to the food transmission. The hand washing has to be promoted. There should be strict hand washing. The swimming in the recreational areas should be avoided, and we should avoid the fecal exposure. So this is all about how the prevention of the giardiasis can be done. That's all. Thanks a lot for patient hearing.